Well, to start this out, can you tell me what your name is?
Yes, my name is Brooke Ivy.
Okay, and your title here?
My title is Speak Up, Be Safe Supervisor.
Awesome, okay. And how long have you worked in total for Child Health?
So I've been here, it'll be 3 years in May, so about 2.5 years.
Nice. So you're enjoying it, obviously.
I do. I love working for Child Help.
How close is your department with the children that we help?
Sure. So Speak Up, Be Safe is our prevention program, which means that I go out into children's programs in Knox County and lead our curriculum, our lessons on how to stay safe directly to children. So I work with them every single day, whether it be in a preschool setting in the mornings or aftercare in the afternoon, summer camps, and potentially maybe some schools during the day.
And how would you explain this to someone that doesn't know this? Maybe you're explaining it to a child or some of the parents.
Sure. So I have to do this often because I go into the community, networking, meeting people, leaders, directors, teachers, administrators, and explaining what Speak Up, Be Safe is. So Speak Up, Be Safe is Child Help's curriculum prevention material. It is specific to us, to our agency. And so it teaches children about the different types of abuse, physical, emotional, neglect, sexual abuse, and bullying. We also talk about cyberbullying, cell phone safety, and then there is a human trafficking component for older children as well. But I lead those lessons. So administrators, teachers, they don't have to do that. They simply just say, yes, we really like this material. We want our children to be empowered with this prevention curriculum, and then they get signed up. I go out and I meet with the kiddos twice, and I talk to them about personal safety, how it's important that they know that they have a right to be safe. We talk about the characteristics of different individuals, those that are safe adults, and those that are not safe, how they make them feel, and how it is so important to talk to a safe adult if the child feels like that they have been abused or hurt on purpose in some way or another.
Right, okay. And throughout your 3 years with Child Help, have you had any success stories with involving the children that you can say?
Yeah, absolutely. So on occasion, I do have a child disclose abuse to me after I've led a lesson or I've met with their group or their peers. And though that is very heartbreaking and upsetting, that's the point of Speak Up, Be Safe, is so that children understand that if they have been abused or they feel like they've been abused or they're not sure, they can talk to an adult that they feel safe with, and that adult will help them because abuse is wrong, obviously. So I have had a handful of kids come up to me after class and what we call disclose information about a type of abuse that they've experienced. I've also had children that aren't sure if they've been abused, and they will come up and say, hey, I've got a question. This happened to me. Was I abused? Sometimes, yes. Most of the time, no. And that's what we hope for. But for those kiddos that have been abused, it's very eye-opening to them. More times than not, they know something that's happening to them is wrong. They're being hurt, but they may not know that it is in fact abuse. And it's very, very wrong. So yeah, I think there's been, just a handful of kids since we initiated the program back in November of 2022 that I've spoken with that have disclosed. And from there, we report as mandated reporters in the state of Tennessee. Every individual in the state of Tennessee is a mandated reporter. So we notify the Department of Children's Services that there has been a disclosure of abuse. And from there, we work with the law enforcement and the Department of Children's Services If there needs to be charges, if there needs to be forensic interviews, if there needs to be medical examiners, we can handle all that here at our Children's Advocacy Center with Child Help.
Okay. And that kind of segues into our last question. What makes working at Child Help so special or unique for you?
Yeah. Having been here 3 years, so I worked in another department with Child Help prior to Speak Up, Be Safe and the prevention program. I actually worked in foster care, and I've worked in foster care in other agencies as well. The thing that makes Child Help so special is that everyone that works here, their heart and soul is about children. It's about connections with kids. It's about healing kids. Our focus is on children that have experienced trauma, that have experienced abuse, to work with their families. How can we help you? As far as like peers, coworkers, it's a very inclusive environment. We all work together really, really well, even across the different programs that we offer here at Child Help. We're a pretty large group. We've grown quite a bit in the past 3 or 4 years. I've been witness to that. It's wonderful. The leadership team here, they ensure that the individuals that work in our buildings, in our space, that we are really cohesive. We're a very cohesive team. And that feels very rewarding. I like it. I love what I do. I love coming to work every morning. There's a purpose there. So it really sets Child Help apart from a lot of the other agencies in town.
Oh, that's a great and unique way of looking at your work here. I've heard a lot of people say, how we help children is nice, but you're not just speaking to that. Now you're also speaking to the staff and the upper management and how nice and inclusive it is here to work.
Yes.
So that's great.
It is.
Cool. Well, that's all I've got for you for now.